That our parents
Yeah, because you had grandma and grandpa.
and
Yeah.
Hilda and Grandma. Then Mary
Was
Pepper.
Mommy the oldest one?
But I don't remember her.
Oh. Who would she would have been Mom's aunt or
It
Pepper's
was
sister?
Pepper's sister, Mom's
Older or
aunt.
younger though? I don't know.
Don't know.
Okay.
I have the information at home.
People didn't live long back then.
No.
Okay.
What stories have come down to you about your parents and grandparents and more distant ancestors?
One of the stories that was told to John and Carl and I on a very regular basis was, "You will never hold a grudge, ever." And we have not. None of us have. And that's because my mother's father, Pepper, and his uncle, Uncle Pierre, who lived in Lima, Ohio, never spoke. They had an argument. And so when I was older, Mom and I went down, and Uncle Pierre, they didn't stop their children from having contact. So Uncle Pierre actually stood up at Mom and Dad's wedding. And when I was old enough, I drove down to Lima, Ohio to visit Uncle Pierre. And when I saw him, he looked so much like Pepper, who I absolutely, the sun rose and set on Pepper's head for me. And I said to him, he asked me about Pepper, "How's John?" And I said, "Well, why don't you talk?" And he said, "I no longer remember what the fight was about." And I said, why don't you let it go? I can't do that. We have to go to our grave like this. So when I came back from that trip, I said to Pepper, "Uncle Pierre looks just like you. He's a wonderful man. Why don't you talk to him?" And he said, "I can't." And I said, "What did you fight about?" And he said, "I don't remember, but we have to carry it to our grave." So Mom was like, "You will never, you are forbidden to ever hold a grudge." And we never have.
We took a family trip to Lima one time where Mom tried to patch it up.
Yeah.
And all I remember, she came back in a car
Sobbing.
crying nonstop.
Yeah.
So,
Aww.
But nobody, why would you? So anyway, it was a sad but a very important lesson for us to learn.
Are there any stories about famous or infamous relatives in your family?
Good Lord, no.
and Hilda's husband,
Charles Ruminat.
Charles Rumnap, he was a home builder. He built homes in Wyandotte after World War II for the young family starting out.
So did Leonard.
And his son Leonard was pretty much what you call a gifted guy. He was a
He
born
was a
bullshitter,
salesman. Oh
but
my
everybody
God,
loved
yes.
him because of that.
I remember Leonard.
And his older brother Norbert,
I remember Norbert.
very much like Carl, very quiet, very shy. I didn't know he had fought in Saipan in World War II as a Marine.
Which was one of the
He
worst.
must have seen some holy, unholy, godly things.
But he's so religious. Joined the Knights of Columbus, so religious.
But
Have any recipes been passed down to you from family members?
any what?
Recipes.
Recipes?
No.
Yeah, Mom's, what did she make?
Oh,
Was it
Everything.
the potato type thing, or
Potatoes deluxe?
maybe, yeah, maybe potato deluxe, was that it?
That's not a complicated recipe.
Well,
It's not
Mom
a
was
big
not, Mom was not a chef.
Mom was a very meat, potatoes,
She's a
vegetable.
cook.
Now, we always had dessert because Dad said a meal was not a meal unless there was dessert. And while Mom was anything but she was not a servant to him. He would not eat if she did not cut the pie and give him a piece. If she just put the pie down, he simply would not eat it.
It's not.
Sorry, I don't know why you did that.
Were there any physical characteristics that run in your family?
Besides being short for the boys.
Or the bruises Dad had from hitting Mom? No, that wouldn't have been.
Oh, you are so bad.
Physical.
Are there any heirlooms, photos, Bibles, or other memorabilia